have really two goals today. One is I want to talk a little bit about what we do at Waste Management. And I saw a number of hands go up. I think many of you think you know what Waste Management does, but I bet you're going to be a little surprised by what you hear me talk about this morning. The second thing I want to leave you with is really why we see the waste stream as a resource. And I'm going to actually do a little bit of a deep dive into some of the technology that we're actually investing in for the future. You know, we are so excited. People are now looking at sustainability and looking at ways of becoming green. For those of you who have seen our fleet, seen our containers, seen our advertisement, we've been using green for a very, very long time, many, many years. And in fact, our tagline is Think Green, Think Waste Management. And hopefully, after this morning's talk, when you see Think Green, Think Waste Management, you're going to be thinking of us a little bit differently. So let me begin by just very briefly telling you about our industry. The waste industry is about a $52 billion industry. We're the largest. Some of those numbers may be a little bit hard to see. We're the largest in the industry. Many of you saw just towards the end of last year the number 2 and number 3 players in the industry, Republic Services and Allied Waste, merged together to form the clear number 2 player in the industry. And then it gets pretty small after that. There are a lot of smaller companies that are out there, and that's really the way the industry frames up. When you look at waste management, I've got 2007 numbers up there. We have not yet announced our 2008 end-of-year results. We'll be doing that in February. But we're about a $13.5 billion company, have about 45,000 employees that serve over 20 million customers. And we help those customers reduce, reuse, and recycle and properly dispose of their waste. You know, there's over 300 million tons of waste that are generated. That equates to about 4.5 pounds of waste per person per day. Now that's a lot of trash. And that's what we're there to help do. But we are a whole lot more than just a trash company, and that's what I want to really dive into with you today. First and foremost, we're an environmental performance company. Now that sounds like fancy terminology. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is we actually find value. We see value where others see waste. So many of our customers are now turning to us to help them with their sustainability. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. We're also an energy company, we're a technology company, and we're a people company. And our customers are now coming to us not just as a company to haul away their trash and just get rid of it. They don't care where it goes. But really as a company that can help them with their own sustainability and help them design and actually achieve some of their own sustainability goals. And I want to spend a little time talking about that. So about a year ago, we were recognized for our green thinking when we were invited to the World Business Forum to actually talk about sustainability. And it was at that conference where we announced our primary sustainability goals for our company. Those are to double the amount of energy that we produce from waste. We want to improve the fuel efficiency and reduce the emissions from our fleet. We want to more than double the amount of recyclable volumes that we handle. And we wanted to quadruple the number of wildlife habitats we have. When we actually announced our goals, we had about 24 wildlife habitats, and I'll give you an update on that. So let me begin with energy. I said that we were an energy company. And right now, you heard on the video, we create enough energy to power the equivalent of about 1 million homes. That ends up saving about 14 million barrels of oil a year, or the equivalent of about 3.6 million tons of coal. Our goal is to actually double that. Now, you may say, how in the world do you create energy? Well, we actually do it 2 ways. One, we have about 16 power plants that actually use trash as the fuel for those power plants. It's a technology that we helped pioneer many years ago. It's readily acceptable in Europe, and there haven't been that many plants that have been new plants. There have been plants built in probably about 20 years in the U.S. We're very excited to see cities are now beginning to look at this as a possible solution for a nice green way to create renewable energy and deal with their waste volumes. There are a number of RFPs that are out right now that we are participating in, both in the U.S. and Canada. In the other area, certainly, I mentioned this is a readily acceptable technology in Europe. In the UK right now, there are a number of projects that are being considered, and we've partnered with a company called Shanks Environmental to actually bid on some of those projects over in the UK. So we're real excited about the opportunities for growth in that area. The other way that we make energy is at our landfills. We were pioneers of this technology. What we do is as trash decomposes, it creates methane gas, and we capture that methane gas and run power plants with it. We're right now providing power to help power the University of New Hampshire. There's a new BMW plant in South Carolina that we provide power to help power that plant. And we've also announced a project with Dell Computers in Austin to help actually power their Austin campus with power that is generated from our landfill there in Austin, Texas. So some really neat projects that we have going on. And now we're also looking at projects to help third-party landfills, landfills that we don't own, bring that technology to those landfills as well. So an exciting growth area for us. Certainly creating renewable green energy from trash is something that we're really interested in continuing to build that business. You can't transform waste into energy without having a commitment to innovation and technology, and we are certainly committed to continuing to make investments in technology. One of our goals, as I mentioned, is to reduce our fleet emissions and also improve our fuel efficiency. Unfortunately, that technology doesn't exist today, so we're partnering with suppliers and manufacturers to bring new technology to help us achieve our goals. We were pioneers, actually, in California is where we started, to bring LNG and CNG trucks into our industry. We now have the largest fleet of heavy-duty, compressed and liquid natural gas trucks in North America. The other thing that we've done is we're working with manufacturers to bring hybrid technology, engine technology, to both our truck fleet as well as our heavy equipment fleet. And we have 5 prototype hydraulic hybrid trucks that are actually operating on the streets of Fort Worth, Texas currently. I just announced that, had a press conference with the mayor of Fort Worth just right towards the end of the year last year. So we're excited about what that technology could do.